guests have maybe already seen another video that we made, which was about my visit to Proton's R3 workshop in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. If you haven't, maybe go check that out, because that's sort of like the part one to this series of videos that we're doing. Last time I talked about the Proton Satria Neo R3 Lotus Racing Edition. This time I'm going to give you an inside peek at a car you won't normally see on Malaysian roads, or roads anywhere for that matter, because it was designed originally as a track car, though it is also road legal. I don't think many of these car's owners will actually drive it on the road. It doesn't have a top, it doesn't have a boot. It was designed by Lotus. So as you probably know, Lotus is actually owned by Proton. So every single Lotus car is available in Malaysia, and thank God for that. The car that you're about to get a look at is a very, very, very special car. I cannot stress this enough, because there aren't too many cars like this in the world right now. The car I'm talking about is the Lotus 211, which was released in 2007 to critical acclaim and went on to win many, many races which it entered. I mean, during development of the car, the engineers drove 600 miles to France, entered a race, won it, and then drove back in the same car. So there are not a lot of cars that can do that. And Lotus, I mean, the ethos of Lotus design is probably the antithesis of what maybe Americans do with their cars. Lotus believes in, lightweight. Everything must be light. The lighter it is, the faster we can make it. Whereas a lot of maybe American cars and Australian V8 cars as well would say, oh, there's no replacement for displacement. Well, Lotus begs to differ. And this 211 is a prime example of how they have made an insane track car that weighs only 700 kilos, which is about half the weight of my Subaru Impreza. But this 700 kilos has a 250 horsepower engine in the back of it. If you do the math, that basically is a rocket. I was fortunate enough to have Beng, general manager of Lotus Malaysia, give me a guided tour of the car. So here's what we filmed on a day, and I hope you'll enjoy the clip. Just now we had the Satria Neo Lotus Racing Edition. Now we've got another amazing track-only car, which is the Lotus 311. And we've got the GM of Lotus with us, Beng, who's also a national hero, in case motorsports hero, in case you didn't know. He's two wheels, four wheels, anything. I think you've done it all, right?
Almost.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, his life is basically, some people when they get off work, they'll go to the pub or they go to a karaoke.
Sometimes I do that.
Well, no. Beng, when he gets off work, he takes the keys to a Lotus and goes to Sepang, Malaysia's Formula One circuit. Maybe now Mr. GM himself will share something with us about the Lotus 211, which is a beautiful car.
So now this guy is sitting at R3's
top secret workshop.
workshop, being rebuilt and also being enhanced. For a start, the quick refill. Yeah, this is about maybe 10 seconds refill of 50 liters compared to the normal, conventional, almost a mini plus. And it's a supercharged Merdeka engine, very potent, reliable engine. And like all racing stuff, if you make the car go fast, you need to enhance the brake system. So this is a bigger brakes. It's a 4-port as compared to the original 2-port AP Racing. And of course the O-Lins is also another upgraded, designed to be used for slick tires. Because the rules permit slick tires to be used. Original suspension was more for semi-slick. In terms of aerodynamics, there's a special splitters. And in terms of keeping the engine cooler, you have two oil cooler. And other than that, it's a lot of light weight saving components like this. The body shell is made of very thin fiberglass, so that to save weight.
Will this car be competing in the MME?
Yes, this car will be one of the main contestants for the sport production of the 12-hour race.
Well, we look forward to seeing how this car is going to do this weekend. Look out for the Lotus 211 at the MME.
car is still very nice, even though it's grippy, and yet you can still shake the tail a bit by doing what they call a throttle lift. Car in front. Okay. Alright. Alright, now again relax. And this way you can demonstrate the chassis, how you handle the pump.
Holy shit! Walao eh! Holy shit!
Yeah. That's Lotus handling, right?
That's insane!
Yeah. You didn't think the car can take it, huh?
No.
Yeah.
I remember the first time.
Yeah.
The first time when you took me out for a drive and you let me drive the MK1.
Yeah.
And then we turned off and you said, when I lifted off, you told me not to lift off.
Yes.
And like, no, put your foot back on the throttle. I'm like, holy shit. When I got out of the car that time, like, my back was like sweating so badly. That was insane. Awesome. Now back to Proton's center of excellence. And Kabeng's gonna crash through barriers.
You didn't tell me to stop.